Sonic Pop Pie Garfield Cayden Entertainment Studios presents.
Okay, this is episode 12 of King's Christmas Countdown. It's also episode 16 of Rearranging Extravaganza. And so yeah, I'm gonna wait for some people to join, including Rafi, co-host, and maybe I'll join. Okay, hold on. I'm waiting for Rafi to join. If he comes in. I'll join Jack's stream later. Oh boy. I'm still waiting for my good friend Rafi to set. Then I'll look up some weird rating reasons by the MPA. Or MPAA for sure. Or should I say MPA for short? Go to MPA rating IDs. Okay. Let me see. Okay, it's just actual stuff. I don't know. Let me just little boy. Okay, hold on. Okay. Go ahead and click on add friend. Okay. Oh. Yes, it is. Some promo quest. Yes! Friends. Best friends. Well, I woke around to come in and play games. My Nintendo Switch. And by the way, I'm still working on my recreation of Super Mario Brothers. Uh, 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 Oh man, I died. Oh god, Rita. Uh, uh what is that? Sonic Oh crap. I can't do V-Ring Extravaganza without Rappy. Why can't he come in? Alright, while I'm waiting for Rappy. Oh, Rappy's here. Yes. Yeah.
There I am.
Alright, now it's time for me to search up weird rating reasons by the MPAA.
Yeah, for me, I'm going to search up some DVDs.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to share my screen. Okay, here we go. Here's the first one.
I see the rated G bug for Gumby.
Yep. Raptor.
For
Creature violence, scorn, language, and scene of sexuality.
Larcony.
Larceny.
Arsony, excuse me.
Only containing strong language.
Elephant.
For disturbing violent content, language, free sexuality, drug use, all involving teens.
Hope Ranch.
Virus, violence, and content.
Unstoppable 2004.
Violence and language.
Out of Season.
Strong violent language and some sexuality. My Fantastic Field Trip to Planets. Kids movie.
Yep. Bubble. Pfft.
What do you think of Bubble?
What about you?
Laughable.
For some language.
That's it.
District B13, that's a France movie.
Strong violence and drug content and language.
Groomsman. What the? Pervasive language.
And grief nudity.
Franklin and Turtle Lake.
That's Novana.
Kids movie. What is that movie?
G.I. Jesus.
G.I. Jesus. What do you think of that movie?
Laughable. Oh, this is different rating design.
Hello.
What's red background, huh?
Yeah. Red back. What is this?
Language.
Strong violence, sport, terror, language and sexuality.
Are we looking at our ratings?
Rating reasons by the MPAA.
Knowing. Some entertainment.
Disaster sequences, disturbing images, and brief strong language.
American Virgin, which is,
Laughable, I think.
yeah.
Or based on proven social content, drug and alcohol use and language. What else?
Astro Boy.
There's some action in Pearl and brief language.
Twilight.
Twilight 2, no.
So violence and action.
Yep.
The Vicious Kind.
Some concentrating basic language.
Twilight.
Free. Just species of action, balance, and some sensuality.
Duplex.
Sexual content, negligence, and violence. What
Going Harlem.
A Rage in Harlem.
Oh.
Violence, sensuality, and language. Pride, the beloved country is laughable.
Miramax movie.
Oh yeah, it's a Miramax movie. I forgot about that.
Dramatic. Oh.
Darkness,
Oh, come on. I almost had it.
Darkness. Disturbing.
images, intense terror sequences, dramatic elements, and language.
Okay, there's a rating reason by the MPAA for The Rage.
For strong
You can read it. Like, what the?
For strong violence, including some grisly images of mutilated victims, and for strong language. Yeah.
Back to the Sea.
What? Same reading reason as Ice Age.
Mild Peril.
Oh god, no, not food fights. Ugh.
One of the worst.
Movies ever made. For suggested content, innuendo.
Language.
Wow.
Decoding Ginny Parker.
For language,
Please, no, anything but food.
Sorry, go ahead, Logo Boy. Sorry.
No, please. Anything but food fight.
Heard that movie sucks.
for language with some sexual content for decoding any pop.
Sweet County Violence.
Bloody images and for language route. Now I'm gonna look at Paramount. Yay, Paramount! I love this company.
Paramount is one of them. 4 Days. I think it's one of the first ones to have that screen.
For language, sexuality, and some violence for 4 days.
Warner Boys.
Language and drug content. Things of war films for language. For I don't know what that movie is, so I don't.
Mission Impossible 3.
Mission Impossible 2. I mean,
Oh, sorry.
it tends to go to violent action and some sensuality. For this one,
The
Meatloaf to Hell and Back.
some substance abuse and brief violence. What the heck?
Yeah, what the heck?
Excuse me. This is laughable.
And you laughable.
And there's a rating. I knew you can barely see it, but
Which is 6 plus 14A for Inju. Bruh. Is that I can barely see the year.
hang on a second. This is
Mongolian DVD.
2007, I think, France movie.
Shaft 2000.
Strong violence language.
Yeah.
Haven't watched that movie yet. Original King's a comedy, which I'm on DVD.
Language and sex related humor for that.
Lucky Numbers.
Language, sexuality, some drug use and brief violence.
What Woman
What?
Want.
Sexual content and language.
Oh yeah, by the way, guys, here's a fun fact.
Hmm?
Here's a fun fact.
What?
Yes.
In Super Mario Odyssey, there is no lives. When you get 0 coins, you don't get a game over screen. You just go back to the way before you died.
Interesting.
The gift.
Violence and vicious sexuality and nudity.
Save your last dance.
Violent sexual content language and drug references. What movie is this? Violent sexual content and drug references for. I wonder what movie is this?
And then you have the gates.
Strong graphic war violence and sexuality.
Stuart saves his family.
Language and substance abuse.
Crocodile Dundee in Las Vegas.
For some language and brief violence.
Love story.
Love story. There's a weird way reading by the MPA for love story.
Hey, Leon. Oh, sorry.
Yep,
Yep, they all Paramount and DreamWorks Blu-rays from the time. Hey, Logo Boy, look at the rating reason by the MPAA for Love Story.
Language and a
Wow.
and what the love scene?
My God. The core.
The score, not
The score, excuse me.
Not be confused with the movie with Noah Reed in it.
Yeah, came out way before the Mongrel film score with Noah Reed. Just for language, that's it.
Guys,
What?
sorry for going off topic, but look where I'm at.
Let me see.
The heck? Nice.
Oh, I see you're playing Super Mario Odyssey.
Yep.
Come on.
Changing lanes was also just for language, I believe.
Yeah. Sarah Trace, I think.
The sexual references for human personality and language.
Lara Croft Tomb Raider.
For action violence and some sensuality.
Apocalypse Now Redux.
Disturbing violent images, language, sexual content, some drug use.
Zoolander.
Sexual content and drug references.
Focus.
Dramatic material, violence, and some sexual content.
Forrest Gump.
Drug content, some sensuality, war violence.
First Minister with my first minister.
For language and some sexual material.
Crossroads.
Crossroads. What the? This. Sexual content and brief teen drinking. What the heck?
Mean Machine, which is
Language and some violence. Don't know what that movie is. Action, violence, and mild language.
Changing Lanes.
Only containing. Oh, I knew it, Austin. You're right. Told you I was correct.
Eye for an Eye.
Language and
Disturbing Violence.
which includes
What?
Which includes rape. Heck.
God. Hey Aldo, the movie.
Only containing some thematic elements.
K-19 The Widowmaker for
Nope.
disturbing images only.
Oh, come on! I almost had it.
I don't blame you, local boy.
Serving Sarah.
Crude humor.
Sexual content language for Serving Sarah.
Boomerang with Eddie Murphy.
For language and sexuality. Content sexuality violence language for what movie is this?
The Wild Thornberrys movie.
Based on TV show from Klasky Jupo.
Correct.
For some adventure Pearl only.
Easy.
Become Easy Go for Malcolm
Which is
only.
just not for more. United States of Ireland,
Don't disappear!
which is a Paramount Classics movie.
For language
Come
system,
on. I almost got that power star.
The Core.
For sci-fi life death situations. And brief strong language. Wow.
God. The Haunted.
For strong bloody violence in some language.
Good Burger. Saw that movie back in 2019. It's a funny movie.
Language, some comic violence, and mild sex-related humor.
The Italian Job remake.
Violence to some language. Only mild humor for. I wonder what is this movie? Action, some sexuality. Again, what is this movie?
Rufus. No. Act Rufus.
For drug content and language.
Nick. Dickie Roberts.
For crude and sexually human language and drug references.
Nobody's fool. What the? Some
language and nudity.
Leap of Faith.
For some language.
Sick.
IQ.
IQ.
For some mild language. For IQ. What else is next?
School Block.
Some rude humor and drug references. I know Dom watched the movie on Amazon Prime Video one time. Once Upon a Time, that's the Paramount one.
For
Western violence and
brief sensuality.
oh, hey Chase. Please tell me there's a laughable tone, a weird reason at the same time. And lack of nothing. Who is this?
Let's find out, dude. Beyond Borders.
Language and war-related violence.
Oh, Kirsten's in the live chat.
Oh, good morning, Kirsten.
Singing detective.
Strong sexual content language and some violence. Violence explicit language for, again, what movie is this?
Love
Me If You Dare.
for language and some sexuality.
Yep.
Paycheck.
For intense action violence and brief language.
Yep, it's 12:16 in my area, Austin. Perfect Core.
Perfect Score.
Perfect Core, excuse me.
For language, sexual content, drug references.
Dear God.
For language and monothematic elements. More like, good God, JK.
Against the Ropes.
For crude language, violence, brief sexuality, and some drug material.
Twisted.
Violence, language, and sexuality.
The Reckoning.
Some sexuality and violent images.
The Prince of Me.
Some sexuality material and language with that one. I don't know what this movie is. Violence is language.
Okay, who the heck is Black of Nothing?
I don't know who that user is, though. What? Leonardo, why are you showing to me? This is weird rain extravaganza. No.
There we go. Drug content, sexual material.
Some violence for Robert Powell.
Okay, who's Black of Nothing?
Yeah, I don't know who that user is. Suspect 0. Violent content language and some nudity.
Can someone bring that guy in?
No, I don't know who that person is.
Sky Captain.
Noel Tomorrow.
Sequences of stylized sci-fi violence and brief amount of language.
Deep Impact.
Or intense disaster-related elements and brief language.
Oh, I know this is. This is Team Miracle Police.
Yeah, this is one of the weirdest rating reasons I've ever seen. For graphic, crude, and sexually or violent, just strong language, all involving puppets.
Jeez.
Alfie. I think it's
Sexual
remake.
contents, some language and drug use. For some awkward humor for I don't know what that movie is. Dramatic elements, scary situations, and brief language for I don't know what that movie is either.
Sarah.
For only containing action violence.
Oh, Mark Rhodes is in the lifetime stuff. Iron Flux.
Sequences of violence and sexual content.
Coach Carter.
Violence, sexual content, language, teen partying, and some drug material.
Clueless.
For sex-related dialogue and some teen use of alcohol and drugs.
Tommy Boy. What the?
What?
For sex-related humor.
Some drug content, nudity.
The Honeymooners, based on the TV series.
For language and some humor.
Four Brothers.
Strong violence for face of language and some sexual content.
Homeland Security.
For some violence only.
Elizabethtown.
For language and some sexual references.
Winter Solstice.
For language only.
Mad Hot Ballroom.
What the? Same rating reason as Hey Arnold the movie.
Jeez. The Weatherman.
For strong language and sexual content.
Titanic.
For disaster-related peril and violence, nudity, sensuality, and brief language.
Remake of Yours, Mine, and Ours.
For some mild, crude humor. For that one.
Failure of lunch. Two lunch.
For sexual content, and language.
Mission Impossible 3.
Mission Impossible 3. What the?
You can read it.
For intense sequences of frenetic violence and menace, disturbing images, and some sensuality. From Alphabet Elements.
Same rating as Hey on the Movie and Mad Hot Ballroom.
Nacho Libre.
Yep, Mancha Libre.
What the? Dang.
Some rough action and crude humor, including dialogue.
Yeah, I checked the DVD opening of it.
World Trade Center.
For intense and emotional content, there's some disturbing images and language.
I think it's a documentary about 9/11.
Mission Impossible for some
First film, some intense action violence only. Beavis and Butthead to America.
for continuous crude sex-related humor and language, and for a drug-related scene.
Babel.
For violence, some graphic nudity, social content, language, and some drug use.
Blaze of Glory.
For Korean sexual humor, language, a comic violence scene, and some drug references.
Black Snake Moan.
For strong sexual content, language, some violence, and drug use.
Zodiac.
Zodiac. Hey, what the? Hey, what the heck? Is that a weird rating reason?
Yeah, it is. You can read it.
And I was like, what the? For some strong killings, language, drug material, and brief sexual images.
Transformers.
For intense sequences of sci-fi action violence, brief sexual humor, and language.
Mighty Heart.
What the heck is Mighty Heart?
Only contain language.
Oh no, more sheep I have to catch.
Stardust.
For fantasy violence and some risk humor.
Shrek 3.
For some weird humor, such as content and swashbuckling action.
Into the Wild.
For language and some nudity.
Heartbreak Kid.
For strong sexual content, crude humor, and language. Things we lost in the fire.
Got content and language only.
Yeah.
There Will Be Blood. Despite being PG in Canada, look what it says. For some violence.
Just
That's the
bad.
only content rating.
Yeah. Cloverfield.
For violence, terror, and disturbing images.
Spiderwick Chronicles. That's a Nickelodeon movie.
For scary creature action and violence, peril, and some thematic elements.
The Love Grew.
For career sexual content throughout language, some comic violence and drug references.
Iron Man.
For some intense sequences of sci-fi action and violence and brief suggestive content.
Indiana Jones.
Adventure, violence, and scary images.
Face Off.
For intense sequences of strong violence and for strong language.
Kung Fu Panda.
For sequences of martial arts action.
Stop Loss. Might get that one.
For graphic violence and pervasive language.
Madagascar Escape to Africa.
Only containing mild crude humor.
Eagle Eye.
Yeah. Intense sequences of action and violence and for language.
Here's Case of Benjamin Button, which is almost 3 hours long.
Brief war of violence, sexual content, language, and smoking.
The Truman Show.
Dramatic elements and mild language.
Mm-hmm. Revolutionary Road.
For language, some sexual content, and nudity.
Hotel for Dogs. Got kind of Pratt in it.
For brief, mild dramatic elements, language, and some crude humor.
American Beauty.
Strong sexuality, language, violence, and drug content.
Galaxy Quest.
Go back. For sci-fi action, some humor, and mild language.
Hey guys, sorry
What?
for going off topic again, Look at this.
I see it.
See this?
Yes, I can see the stars.
We already saw.
It says this mushroom Cayden power moon, but it's a power star.
The Augustine, what the heck is that movie?
Monster vs. Aliens.
Sci-fi actions improving our language.
What's the rate on this?
Gene Quebec. Eugene Canada for that one.
And
This is another Quebec movie.
2015 Quebec movie. Star Trek 2009 movie.
Sci-fi action, violence, and brief sexual content.
Wayne's World.
Sex-related dialogue.
Transformers 2, Revenge of the Fallen.
Intense sequences of sci-fi action violence, language including sexual material and brief drug material.
South Park Big Longer Uncut.
For pervasive vulgar language, include sexual humor and for some violent images.
She's out of my league.
For language and sexual content.
How to Train Your Dragon.
For sequences of intense action and some scary images and brief mild language.
Dinner for Schmucks.
Sequences of crude and sexual content, some partial nudity, and language.
Shrek 2.
Some crude humor, brief subsequent reference, and some suggestive content.
Rango.
For rude humor, language, action, and smoking.
10 Commandments.
Of course, it's rated G because is it a kids movie?
It's a classic film, actually.
4
Marvel.
sequences of tense sci-fi action and violence.
Transformers Dark Moon.
Intense prolonged sequences of sci-fi action violence, mayhem and destruction, and for language, some sexuality and innuendo. Wow, this is weird. Come on, is it gonna load?
Kung Fu Panda 2, which is the
Sequel.
sequences of what?
Martial
Arts action.
and mild violence for that one.
Super 8.
For intense sequences of sci-fi action and violence, language and some drug use.
Young Adult.
For language and some sexual content.
Hugo.
Some off-mac materials and peril and smoking.
Adventures of Tintin.
Adventures of Tintin for adventure, action, violence. What the?
What?
Is that a weird reason again?
Yeah, you can read it. For adventure, action, violence.
Some drunkenness. Bruh.
The fourth Mission Impossible movie.
Sequences of intense action and violence.
The Dictator.
Strong tune, sexual content, brief. What the? Male nudity. Language with some violent images.
Madagascar. Europe Most Wanted.
Some mild action and rude humor.
G.I. Joe Retaliation.
Intense sequences of combat, violence, and what the martial arts action throughout, and for brief sensuality and language.
Rise of the Guardians.
Dramatic elements and some mildly scary action.
Guild Trip.
Language with some risk of material.
Jack Reacher.
Violence, language with some drug material.
Hansel and Gretel.
strong fantasy, horror, violence, and gore, bisexuality, nudity, and language.
Pain and gain.
Bloody violence, crude sexual content, nudity, language, and drug use.
Star Trek Into Darkness.
Pretend because of sci-fi action and violence.
Teenage Mutant Turtles.
Only containing sci-fi action violence.
Interstellar.
Some intense perilous action to breed strong language.
Selma.
Disturbing thematic material including violence and a suggestive moment and breed strong language.
Mission Impossible.
5.
Sequence of action and violence and breed strong nudity.
Project Almanac.
Some language and sexual content.
And
SpongeBob.
Sponge and Water.
For mild action and rude freaking humor. Holy crap.
Jeez.
Is there ones from Sony?
Well, there is from Sony.
This is for Dogma.
Strong language including sexuality, dialogue, violence, crude humor, and some drug content.
Hollow Man.
Strong violence, emphasis on sexuality and nudity.
Dial Steve.
Language and some drug use.
Dial Steve.
Laughable.
Whipped.
Strong sexual content and language.
Snatch.
Strong violence, language, some nudity.
Beautiful, which is
Laughable. Language and dramatic elements.
Beautiful Joe.
Language and some sexuality. Strong language, core language, and sexuality. For what movie is this? Strong some sexuality for. Again, what movie is this?
Charlie's from 2001.
Action violence, innuendo, some sensuality or nudity. Pretty strong. Some of the forms. What is this movie?
Memento.
Violence, language, and some drug content.
The
Lust in Defense.
Some sexual.
What do you think?
What about you?
Laughable. Some sensuality and thematic elements.
Vertical Limit.
Intense life-death situations that breathe strong language.
Red and Tulips.
Brief language and sensuality and drug references.
Pollock.
Language of brief sexuality.
All the Pretty Horses.
Violence and sexuality.
The Wedding Planner.
Language of sexual humor.
If Lucy Fell.
Language of some sexuality.
Joe Dirt.
Prudent sexuality, humor, and language. Strong language. What movie is this?
A Few Good Men.
Just language.
Only containing what the
Language. The Animal.
prudent sexual humor.
The Breed.
Strong violence, score, language, and sexuality.
Divided We Fell.
So violence and sexual content.
Taylor Panama.
Strong sexuality, language, and some violence.
Weekend and Bernie's 2. What the heck? This is PG right here.
Nudity and mid language. What?
Wait, what? Rappy.
Hey, this might be rated PG. Look what the rating reason says, Cayden.
This is weird.
You can read it. What the?
Brief nudity and mild language.
How? Now
Ow.
it's down.
Strong violence in some language.
Indian in a cupboard.
Indian in the cupboard. What the?
Oh.
Mild language of brief video images of violence and sexy dancing. What the heck?
Ghost of Mars.
Strong violence, gore, language, some drug content.
Brothers, which
Strong sexual content.
Language.
brother.
Pervasive strong violence, language and brief nudity.
Tomcats.
Strong sexual content, including dialogue, dim language.
Saving Silverman.
Including sexual humor, language, and thematic material.
Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Some intense sci-fi action about language and thematic elements.
Baby boy.
What do you think?
What about you?
Laughable. Strong sexuality, violence, and drug use.
American Sweethearts.
Language and sexual humor.
A Best Friend's Wedding.
One use of strong language, abuse, sex-related humor.
Last House.
Sinister thematic elements, violence, drug content, and language.
Riding Cars with Boys.
Thematic elements, drug and sexual content.
Following.
Language and some violence.
Two
Two can play that game. Language and sexual dialogue.
Glitter. Oh, God.
Sensuality, language, and Greek violence.
Black Hawk Down.
Intense, realistic, graphic war violence for language. What do you think of Hawk Down?
Same Metropolis?
Metropolis.
Oh.
Violence and images of destruction.
The Order.
Only
Violence.
containing violence.
Last Orders.
Sensuality and gore language, I think. Enigma.
Enigma.
Laughable. For sexy language.
Resident Evil.
Which is Screen Gems. Strong sci-fi horror violence and with abuse, sexuality, and nudity. Strong sci-fi horror violence and with abuse, sexuality, and nudity. For what movie is this?
Jerry Maguire.
Language and sexuality.
All my eyes on you.
Sweetest thing.
Oh, you guys. Oh, bad news. VBS did worse.
Oh.
Hey man.
You're not going to believe what that crappy VBS did. Well,
No. Oh, they added you
Walnut Creek.
and this one.
Wall.
customize the rating.
On Paramount?
Okay.
Language,
Same thing.
but on DVD.
Confessions about one thing.
Language of brief drug use.
What is this?
Like violence. Actually, for what movie is this? Oh,
Spider-Man.
Oh yeah. And
New guy.
Sexual content, language, reviewing all drug references.
Mr. Deeds.
Language includes such references to some weird nudity.
Same.
Thing, but not DVD.
A space travesty.
Only
Only
containing
crude.
crude sexual humor.
Enough.
Intense scenes of domestic violence, some sensuality and language.
9 queens.
Language.
Only containing language. That's it.
Yes.
Sci-fi action violence and what the provocative humor.
Men in Black.
2.
Men in Black 2. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Crush.
That one.
Groundhog Day.
Some thematic elements.
Sunshine State.
Three strong language of sexual references and thematic elements.
Trapped.
Violence, language, and sexual content. Brief amount of language for that one. Okay. I don't know what this one is.
Triple X.
Violence, non-stop action sequences, sensuality, drug content, and language. Same thing on DVD.
Happy Times.
Oh no.
What do you think?
Thematic elements and weird language.
Language and sexual humor. I don't know what that movie is.
Mad Love.
Only containing
Sexual.
Nudity. Sexuality and nudity.
vampire violence, language of sexuality. But what is this movie? I see you.
I see you.
Don't find with school and language.
What do you think of I see you?
What do you think? What you?
Oh no.
Stealing Harvard. I might get that one. Toy Soldiers.
Violence and language.
Swept Away.
Some language, sexuality, nudity, glory days.
For
Yeah, I can barely see it.
Autofocus.
Strong sexuality, nudity, language, junkies, balance. Oh, it's changed to blue on that one.
The Crime of
Padrimero. Same thing, but on DVD. What's this movie? Strong language, including scenes of sexual dialogue.
I Spy.
Action, violence, sexual content, language.
I don't know what this movie is. Action violence.
It's I Spy. Same thing, but on DVD.
Oh, I forgot. Half
Past Dead.
Or based action, violence, language, and sexual content. Talk to her. What do you think of Talk to Her?
What about you?
laughable, nudity, sexual content.
Language. So language, sexual movie for I don't know what that movie is. Language, sexual references. I don't know what that movie is again. Adaption.
Language. I might get that because I heard it's supposed to be really good.
Language, sexuality, drug use, and violent images.
Night Stalker.
Strong language, violence, drug use, and sexuality.
National Security.
Violence, language, sensuality. Same thing, but on DVD.
Darkness Falls.
Terror, horror images, and create language.
Oh, this is a ripoff right here.
Made.
28. I know Vegas Pro 1.0 first program for Windows and Mac is in languages.
And
Quitting.
only drug use.
Only
Just-
drug content. That's it.
God.
7 years in
Tibet. Super bit.
violent sequences.
Yeah.
Tears of the Sun.
Strong war violence, some brutality and language. Same thing, but on DVD.
Black Hawk Down.
Intense, realistic graphic war violence for language.
Levity Witches.
A bubble. And what the? Only containing language.
Oh my God! Why does put this people today?
Bad Boys 2.
Strong violence and action, pervasive language, sexuality, and drug content. Same thing, but on DVD.
SWAT.
Violence, language, sexual references. Same thing, but on DVD.
Containing language again. Oh my God! Those people today.
It's for Daddy Daycare. Same Daddy Daycare.
Oh my God!
Big girls don't cry witches.
Laughable. Sexuality, language, drug use, and violence, all involving teens.
No good deed.
Violence, language, sexuality. Where's Anne?
Mississippi.
Marcella.
Laugh.
Apple.
Sensuality, language.
Hollywood Homicide.
Violent sexual situations and language.
The Cuckoo.
Sexual content and violence.
Burned by the Sun.
Some language and sexuality. Sexual content and language would be strong violence for. I don't know what this movie is. So,
Same, but in
come on, may
DVD.
I see the next way reason?
Medallion.
There's a weird rating reason about the MPA for Medallion. You can read it like, what the?
Some double enter the
Nationalism double. What the? Entender.
Have that even actually. For a kill.
Violence, language, nudity, and some drug content. Strong relate violence, strong sex sequence, and language. I don't know.
Don't know what this movie is.
Once upon a time, Mexico.
Strong violence and language.
Same, but in DVD.
So close.
Pervasive violence and a sexual conversation.
Same
heck?
thing. The debut. Only containing language.
My, what the heck?
God.
All I want, language, some sexuality.
Tiptoes.
Tiptoes.
Same waiting.
Laughable.
Yeah, it is laughable. Indeed.
Only containing violence.
Same thing.
I don't know what this movie is. Language, violence, sexuality. I don't know what this movie is.
Oh, it's Lone Star State of Mind.
I've heard of that movie. Sasquatch.
Language.
And brief nudity. Language with Mac elements.
Radio.
I've heard about radio.
Big Fish.
Big Fish. There's a weird rating reason.
You can read it, Cayden.
A fight scene, Some images and nudity is just a reference.
Hmm. Oh, well.
Something's gotta give.
Sexual content, brief nudity, and strong language. Same thing, but on DVD. Mona Lisa.
Sexual content and
Sexual
Thematic.
content and thematic issues.
Heroes.
Okay, this is weird right here. This is weird for Mona Lisa on DVD.
What?
Look at the rating for Mona Lisa on
PG-13? We're going to suggest it. Ow!
Wait a minute. You know, there's a rating error, Rafi.
what the PG-13 parental guidance suggested.
That's not rated PG.
It's
Same.
Oh my
error.
The company, brief, strong language, nudity, and sexual content.
Fog of War, which is
Laughable. Images, Mac, newspaper, war, and destruction.
oh.
Mouse, language, and brief nudity.
Belly of the Beast with Steven Seagal.
What the?
51st Dates. Do want to get that sometime.
Crude sexual
drug references.
Same thing.
Abundant
Crude sexual
DVD.
humor and drug references with the same error.
DVD.
Under Pressure, which is never even heard of that.
Never even heard of that movie. Violence, terror, and language.
Fine.
Not sure who made this movie. Probably Sony Pictures Classics. Secret Window, that's a Columbia Pictures movie. Violence, terror, sexual content, language.
Yep,
Mm.
of course.
And same thing error.
Some sexual content, brief drug references.
This is for 13 go on 30.
Same error again.
Hellboy, which I have on DVD.
Sci-fi action with frightening images. Here.
Stroke of Genius.
Only containing language. God.
What is?
She
What? Oh. There was a template of this. So much. And this.
White Chicks.
create sexual humor, language, some drug content.
Ratings Game.
Ratings game 2002. There's a review by MPAA.
Elements of
Exaggerated meanings and ridicule, and for some mild language.
Karate Kid.
Template.
Nothing, because this is from 1984.
What is that? Surveillance industry, interest language.
It's Fahrenheit 9/11. That's Alliance Atlantis.
Stylized action.
Only containing stylized action violence.
That's it. This is for Spider-Man 2.
Yep. Soccer dog.
Language and some filmic elements.
Soccer dog. European Cup.
Yep. Little Black Book.
Sexual content, humor, and language. Same thing, but DVD. La vie avec mon père. Another Quebec movie.
2005 Quebec movie. Some strong sexuality for
this movie.
No.
Spring, summer, fall, winter, and spring.
What do you think? Oh yeah, I've heard of that movie.
Anacondas.
Action, violence, scary, interesting language.
Left Behind.
Only containing violence. That's it.
Sexuality, violence,
The Forgotten.
intense dramatic materials and violence and brief language. Same thing but on DVD.
Grudge.
Mature dramatic material, disturbing images, terror, violence, and some sexuality.
Rhea.
Non-stop violence, language, and some nudity.
Oh, it's Resident Evil.
Oh, yeah.
Silver City.
For language. Again.
Christine.
Nothing. Because
This is from 1903. With the only containing violence and gore.
same
what
thing with
movie is this?
Kids movie.
Yeah, G-Man.
Language, sexuality. What movie is this? Oh, language including the sections of atrocities in a first scene of violence. The Larry.
What do you think? Laughable or not for you, Cayden?
Laughable. Violence and some sexual content. What movie is this?
Being Julia, that's a Canadian movie.
Only containing some sexuality.
Same thing.
But a DVD.
Dead Birds.
Strong violence. More. Strong.
Bad Education. No.
No.
No. Whoa. Strong sexual content throughout language and some drug use.
Imaginary hero, excuse me.
For substance abuse, sexual content, language, and some violence. Excuse you. Sexuality and some language.
I don't know what this movie is.
Brief language is just content.
I don't know what it is either.
Sorry. No, Christmas with the Cranks.
Secrets is graphic, sexual dialogue, movie, sexuality, and language.
This is for Closer.
Some sexual content, brief language.
That's
Spanglish.
I'll try to get that sometime, probably.
Named on DVD.
Same rating error. Downfall.
Strong violence, disturbing images, and some nudity.
House of the Flying Daggers.
Sequences of stylized martial arts, violence, some sexuality. Language including some sexual references.
Don't know what this movie is. Language and weird humor. I don't know what this movie is either.
What movie is? Are we there yet?
Oh!
Hitch.
Language and strong sexual references.
I've heard of that movie.
Same thing.
Violence,
Man of the
sexual
House.
Violence, sexual content, including a drug reference.
sexual
Debs.
content, and language.
For Debs.
The Heist.
Violence, language, and some sexuality.
And some sexuality. Only contained for some sexual content. For what movie is this?
Oh,
Strong
violence.
violence.
Language.
Intense versus horror and terror violence. And still partial nudity. Drug and alcohol content, sexuality, violence, language, and reckless all involving teens.
Sexual humor.
It's for Guess Who.
Same thing, but on DVD. For disturbing images. For intense because it's extra violence, drug materials, sexual content, language. Some language includes bewitched. Some language including sex and drug references and partial nudity.
Based on a TV series.
Violence, syringes, language, sexuality, and drug use.
Let's see what movie is. Beautiful Country.
For some language, crude sexual reference.
Super State of the Union.
Sequels of intense action and some language.
For that. Same thing on DVD.
Today You Die.
Strong violence and personal language.
For basic language. What movie is this? D-bag. I don't know what that means.
Intense creature violence.
That's it.
This is for the cave.
Yeah.
Some elements of scary images from Mirror Mask.
Capote.
Some violent images of pretty strong language.
Intense action.
Pretty strong language and innuendo. I don't know what that movie is.
Some sexual content and language.
Language for
Junebug.
Junebug.
Junebug, excuse me.
The Marksman.
Violence.
Language of brief. Portrayal including intense frightening sequences of disturbing images.
Brief violent language.
Some sexual humor and occasional humorous drug references.
Filmic
The
images.
Gospel.
Right, element including suggestive material language. Some intense action and violence.
Sequence of violence, pure and action language, and a couple of suggestive moments.
The Legend of Zorro.
Fantasy, action, pure, and some language.
This is for
Sephora.
Zephyra.
Except for
Devil and
Daniel Johnston.
Witches.
Laughable. Which became his sexual reference. For the church material of a drug language.
I don't know what this movie is, but
Memories of
A geisha.
Memories of Geisha.
Amateurs.
Content.
White Countess. I think Sony Pictures Classics.
Some
fire.
elements.
Gosh.
For brief.
For pretty strong violence.
Gosh, it's a Quebec movie or a France movie.
Yeah, it is. Strong violence, pervasive language, some sexual content, drug use for dirty. What do you think?
Laughable.
Joya Noel. There's some more violence and brief scene of sexuality and nudity.
Freedom Land.
For language and some PG for
language.
intense terror, violence, and some language.
Let me read it. 13 going on 30 for sexual content. No sexual content. References.
Same rating reason, but different design.
Come on, man. I see it.
Ultra violent.
Sequence of violent action throughout pure nudity and language.
But same rating error.
Again.
Bachelor Party Vegas.
Strong.
Sexual content and humor, dialogue, nudity, language, and drug use.
For good and such a humor and for language.
Bench warmers. Friends with money.
Language.
Some sexual content and brief drug use. The Da Vinci Code.
For
Only a
disturbing.
pictures movie.
Disturbing images, violence, some nudity, graphic material, brief drug references, and sexual content.
Click.
For language, really sexually human, some drug references. Humor, amount of action with brief language.
Language, drug use, and
Sexual
sexual
content.
content.
Puff Puff Pass. What do you think of Puff Puff Pass?
Laughable.
Pure humor, innuendo, and language.
Don't know this movie.
Monster House.
Scary images, scene sequence.
Let me read.
Oh,
Some
sorry.
humor, language. Sexual content, language, and some drug use. Instances of violence and actions of images. Something, content, continuity, and language. What?
Same thing.
With the violence, language, and sexual references.
Greater wrong gain. I checked the rating. Some startling scenes of violence, dramatic material, language.
Starling scenes.
Yeah. All the King's Men
2006. Intense sequences of violence, sexual content.
and partial nudity.
Oh, Casino Royale.
Where 10 sequences of violent action is seen to torture, sexual content, and nudity. Some material may not be suitable for children, of course.
Nothing. This is. I don't know what that movie is.
Holiday.
2006.
Sexual
Made with Columbia Pictures and Universal.
Sexual content and strong language.
Pursue happiness through some language.
language.
Ghost Rider.
For violence and disturbing images. Have it on DVD, but the disc was scratched.
Some violent content, disturbing images, firmic material, and brief language.
Premonition. Lonely Hearts.
Kind of blurry a little bit.
Sexual content, nudity, and language.
Interview. That one was a little better.
The language is some sexual references and some drug use. And
Spider-Man 3 sequences of intense action, violence only.
I think I might be able to end the stream right here because it's getting boring for me.
Yeah, I gotta get.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's it for the stream. We'll see you later. So in the meantime, this is Cayden Jones saying goodbye, and that's about it.